do, do. Do, do, do. Ah, we're going to her, not the treasure verse. Let's wash off all that blood. Thing is, we only had to fight wolves and not like whoever attacked their camp. All right.
Good day. What would you like?
I'm back from the camp.
What's the matter? Did something happen?
It's bad. When I got there, the camp was ransacked.
Good God! Is everyone all right? What about Otter? Is he safe?
Otter is the only survivor. I treated his wounds. He should be fine.
Thank God for that, at least.
He asked me to give you his thanks for all the help you've given them.
He's a good lad. But why didn't he come back with you?
He said he needed to hide. He'll be staying with relatives near Sedlets. He didn't want you to get into trouble.
Hopefully, he can come back when this war is over. It's ravaged so many families already. I'm glad you helped him, lad. Take this as a reward. 1 sip, and you'll get all your strength back, I promise. But don't drink too much at once.
Thank you.
Should give me Aqua Vitalis, Marigold Decoction, and Painkiller. All strong versions, but I have the Henry version.
Why do you live so far away from the village?
I lived here with my husband. May he rest in peace. Peter worked in the forest. We moved around a lot. And when he died, I stayed here. Folks from Miskovitz know me and come to see me. I've got everything I need here.
You said your husband worked in the forest?
Aye. I suppose it doesn't matter now if I tell you. Peter was a poacher. And that's what cost him his life in the end. He was caught and hanged on Dead Man's Hill outside Kuttenberg.
Damn.
What do the locals need your help with?
Surely you've heard already, eh? I help in any way I can.
Wouldn't you rather live in the village?
I'd rather be alone, where I lived with Peter, than somewhere else. But just as alone. Farewell, sir.
I mean, she probably gets enough visitors throughout the week. I hate that it's considered stealing food when I'm a guest of hers. It's whatever. Alright, let's try and get that little Groshen stash.
Go! Quick! Go! Go! Die!
I don't know if those were wolves. No, okay, no. I just saw the butt of a deer and I thought it was a wolf. Nope. I think it's up top. Oops. Okay, bring out the torch. Somewhere over here. Uh-oh. Nope. Is it? Try not to fall. Might be underneath. So kind of like at this level, but Oh, is that it? Oh, the... What? Come on, dude. How much groschen was that? It didn't say. Well, I got groschen. I just don't know how much groschen I just got, but I don't know. It's a little kind of hard to tell. Okay, found his stash. All that jazz. I guess now here we'll fast travel here. See how much energy we have. Oh, we're full on it. Oh, nobleman. Wait a minute. I want to talk to you.
Is that you? I thought I recognized you.
You look familiar too.
It's me, Odolin von Wotitz. You gave me a few groschen to help me on my way.
Ah, now I remember.
In Trusky region.
You were being held hostage by the League of Lords.
That's correct.
How did you make it home?
I checked out a couple of wayside inns and got lucky. With the little money I had, I finally found a caravan. The carter didn't mind hosting a lowlife on his wagon, as long as he was getting paid for his trouble. He dropped me off a short distance from Wotitz, and I walked the rest of the way.
What brings you back to Kuttenberg? And with a retinue at that?
My father and I won't let them get away with what they did to me. Let's say we're on our way to scope out the land of some acquaintances of ours.
Well, you're gonna settle a score.
And who knows? We might just run into someone important and take him on a visit to our place. We've already fixed up a nice room with a solid lock. Would you like to see it?
No, I'd rather not.
I was just teasing. It's all set up for someone else.
I have to get going. I'm glad you're all right.
Wait a moment. You helped me, and I won't forget that.
You gonna
Here,
pay me back?
take your money back, so we're even. And I have something else for you here.
Oh, hey, I gave him
think
like 500
might come
groschen.
in handy. A fine weapon. Dependable. It's felled a few deer in its time, and it would put a decent hole in a man too.
I'm feeling quite hungry.
My word. Thanks.
I bid you safe travels.
Same to you.
Hey, that's good that that guy is still alive. Ornate hunting crossbow. He gave me my money back, and he gave me an ornate crossbow. Cool. Hey, what up? Welcome, everyone. Yeah, I woke up late. I missed my alarm clock for 3 o'clock and woke up around 4 and started to stream late. But I'm here. I'm here. We'll definitely make up for that tomorrow, because tomorrow is our nice long stream. So I'm assuming, I'm counting on by tomorrow we'll be done with all of the current side quests that is available in the Kuttenberg region, because we finished all of Trotsky's region's quest. So yeah, because all these are repeatable in the Kuttenberg region. So that's the tournament, and those are the fist fights. And yeah, I'm just pretty much doing a clockwise motion when it comes to the quest and all that stuff. So when it comes to the changes compared to Kingdom Come 2, they've made the combat a lot more I wouldn't say easier per se, because you can still die really fast if you don't have like heavy plate and everything. But however, the biggest changes is that it's a lot more accessible and easy to understand, and things like that. If you're still fighting a person that's pretty skilled with like any weapon, especially with a sword, they can still master strike you and like punish you for attacking them. But for the most part, like the biggest changes when it comes to combat that makes it a lot more doable is if you're fighting more than one person, they don't all attack you at once and just like kick the shit out of you while you're still down. So, because in the first game, I remember fighting like 3+ people, and they would all be just wailing on me at once, and it was fucking frustrating sometimes. But it once you knew how to do a master strike and all that, you're good. However, in this game, if you want to learn the technique called Master Strike that saves your butt a lot in combat, it only is usable with swords in this game compared to the first game. So they got rid of the ability for Master Striking with other weapons in this game and only kept it with the sword. So if you really want to be good in combat in this game, you're going to have to most likely specifically get better with sword and not. I'm more of a mace user in the first game. Like, I legitimately just had a big old club in my hand and a shield, and that's how I went through all my first game. But yeah, then picking up Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and all that would be good. But I heavily recommend you giving the first game another try and finish it, because like the second game picks off exactly where the first game left off. So story wise, it's directly connected to each other. So I would recommend you like experiencing the first game fully. So try and do that first. I would not recommend the second game until you play and finish, like actually finish it yourself. Don't watch a video. I would recommend you, because if you can't beat the first game and enjoy the first game, you have no reason to play the second game. So definitely will tell you that, just for your sake and for your money's sake, because it's still a full price game. Not a fan of the story, huh? I guess that's understandable for certain people. Certain people just like to play the game for the game's sake of things. It's understandable. But I'm a fan of all things that are a part of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Going north, hopefully I can find them. I think this is the main road. Yeah, everything's just melded so well in Kingdom Come Deliverance that, it's kind of hard to enjoy just one thing without enjoying all the other things. And, to be truthful, compared to other people that would recommend this game, it's not, I would not recommend this to everyone. It is it's very much an acquired taste, kind of like open world RPG. It's I think the biggest like gatekeeper for this game is the combat, because the combat could make or break a playthrough for you. I'm going so slow. Actually, there's a camp nearby. I just don't know if there's anyone here. Nope, it's a camp not being used. Okay. So I gotta find where my turning point is before I get to that town. Should be my first and only left. So. I just gotta get there first. And I think Lara is awake now, so there's a potential chance that I might have to go on a small little extended break before continuing. Since I leveled up in horsemanship, I am going to put whatever perk I can. So the into the fray, fully charged attacks, saddle is 10% stronger. If you charge into someone with a horse, their morale will drop significantly. Rearing your horse frightens your enemies. Ooh, even better. Because especially if they're trying to attack me on a horse or something like that, or get me off the horse, your horse will automatically rear up sometimes, and it should be like an automatic buff that's, kicks off during combat. So that's cool.
Ja! Ja!
Yeah, but yeah, the biggest bulletin point is that they've made improvements to combat. They took away certain things, but improved on other things. But yeah, I would have to say if you're a person that could not pick up the first game's combat system, you're not going to enjoy this one's because it's very, very similar, just a little bit more polished. That's about it. Those are your takeaway points for combat. I mean, if you like stories like Mass Effect and Cyberpunk and all that, this should be kind of up your alley. It's just more grounded of a story because it's based on true history, because all the events that are going on in this game is actually what happened in Bohemia and Hungary and all that. This is based off of a fictional character, even though people tend to kind of say that Henry is a person that could have probably existed, because at least the records of Radzig Habela, he's an actual real person that lived back then, even though the way his story ends is not good. Spoiler alert, Radzig gets killed by peasants and puts his head on a pike sometime in the near dear future. Yeah, so Henry's actual father is going to die. That's just part of the history books. So I wonder if they're going to make a third game, or they're going to make a third game about the rebellion of the nobles. I think he's the only noble out of the the Townburg region that will probably die. So I'm pretty sure that what's his face, our boy Capon and all that, I think they're okay. I don't think they died during the rebellions. I think they're okay. I know mostly of Japanese culture and all that. So you're probably into at least history stories that are what, Nobunaga and older. Feudal Japan and older. Alright, I think everyone's asleep right now, and I don't think there's an inn. I don't know if there's an inn in this place. I'm looking. There's a cobbler, smokehouses, drying racks. There's a church. There's a church with an indulgence box. So most likely this person's asleep, and I'm gonna have to wait for them to wake the fuck up. So I guess I'll do that. Ah, yeah. Yeah. You got the ages where, you know, like most people that don't know their Japanese history know that, like, yeah, you know, the invention of the ninja was actually a fairly recent one. if you compare of all of Japanese history, it's like, yeah, if you really think about it, you know, their whole entire history, ninjas were very early and minor part of that. And a lot of people don't understand that, like, yeah, if you kind of think about it, ninjas were technically peasants. Because if you look at their, like, you know, weapons and everything, a large amount of ninja weapons were actually farming tools.
Who are you? Can't you people leave me alone? My face is still swollen from the last time.
Hold on. Are you Pavel?
That depends. Who's asking?
Henry, you don't have to be afraid of me.
I'm Pavel. And you really weren't sent by Pivets?
I don't know any Pivets. The innkeeper in Miskovitz told me about you. He said someone gave you a right battering. Was that this Pivets?
He didn't do it himself. It was his father's men. He wouldn't get his hands dirty when he's got a rich pa, would he? His father's men. Pivets is the son of the richest farmer in the village.
So what's between the two of you? Why would he send me to you? Or anyone?
Well, he threatened he'd have me whipped if I...
If you what?
If I didn't stay away from Ursula.
And who's this Ursula?
The sweetest girl in the village. And she's really pretty.
Uh-huh. She voluptuous as well.
So why doesn't Pivets want you to court Ursula?
Because her pa promised her hand in marriage to him.
Oh, she's already
So he
betrothed.
behaves like she's already his. But he doesn't deserve her.
You think?
He's a heartless bastard.
Yeah. And here's another thing that a lot of people don't know about ninjas. A good amount of them were women. They were pretty much just, you know, peasant women working in the court, or, well, what you would consider the court of Japanese, like, shogun and lords and all that stuff too. And they would be stationed there for quite some time until they needed to take out their target. And it's usually a suicide mission for those women. So once they kill their target, if they're caught, or if, you know, they're known to kill the lord or their target, they're going to die. So that's usually tends to be the case too. Is a large amount of those assassins / women were also considered ninjas as well, because ninjas is just a nice little term for assassin. So you had that.
And you like Ursula?
Who would?
Or guerrilla warfare too.
I don't know.
You don't know what?
It's all the same to you anyway. I'm very fond of her. You'll find no lass with such a big heart for miles around.
Because to be honest, the easiest way to kill a samurai or a lord or a higher up figure is to usually try and kill them when they least expect it. They don't have their armor on. They're not ready for combat. Perfect time. Perfect time to kill them.
And does she feel the same way about you?
Aye. I think so.
We're going to have to talk to her.
Why would you do what Pivets tells you?
I've got no choice. He's right. I'm just a hired hand, while he's the son of the richest farmer in the village.
Are you so afraid of Pivets you would let him have Ursula?
What can I do against him? I'm just an outsider and a pauper. If he wanted, he could have me thrown out of the village.
Yep, that's true too. There's I don't know if it was China that used it, but I don't know if Japan had that one little teapot dispenser they had. It was called the Assassin's Teapot. But there was a special reservoir for poison. Like you could pour it in a certain way to where you can dispense regular tea, and then pour it a different way where I think you covered a hole in on top, or it was on the side of the teapot to dispense the tea and the poison at the same time. So, I think you covered the hole to pour the tea regularly, and then you moved your thumb and it would dispense the poison and the tea at the same time, and they would never notice. But it was a very interesting like device that either China or maybe Japan used, maybe both. But it was very interesting to actually learn about that, because the tea and the tea would sit in one kind of container, and I think the poison was underneath in a different reservoir. So it was pretty cool to learn about that stuff too. I think it was mostly China that did that, but I might be crossing my wires there. But it was really cool to hear about.
Ah, what does that matter?
Tivoli, where did you come from? Her parents would never give us their blessing. And even if they would, they've already promised her to Pivets, just 'cause he's rich. The only way it could change is if people started to see Pivets differently.
How do you mean?
Like if he killed someone, or robbed people in the village. What do I know?
If it turned out he was a thief?
Probably. And the main thing is, Ursula would turn against him. She's as honest as a saint. But why would he steal? He has everything he needs.
He wouldn't. Not him.
Are you saying I do it and let him take the blame? But that's a sin.
True. But all you have to do is repent, and God will forgive you.
I suppose that's true. Maybe it's not such a bad idea after all. Nothing will happen to Pivets if he's from a rich family. But he'll lose Ursula.
Who's the guy behind you, dude?
Give me time to earn enough for her dad to let me marry her. But I live here. If I get caught, they'll make me an outcast and I have nowhere else to go.
There's other towns, dude.
Someone else will have to do the stealing.
I guess I will. And hey, zombie.
I'll gladly do it.
You will?
Sure. Only I don't know what's worth stealing around here.
I can help you with that. For the whole village to turn against Pivets, every family would have to be robbed.
And who's living here?
Father Anthony, the parish priest, Ursula's family, the Vimola brothers where I work, old Bahushka, and of course, Pivet's family.
So I'm going to have to steal from pretty much every household just to get this guy in trouble. I'm going to have to do this all at night. This is gonna take a little bit of time. Just saying.
What should I steal from the priest?
Father Anthony? Maybe this manuscript he's been writing for ages.
Where is your priest rectory?
The rectory is the cottage by the church.
Okay, so there's a cottage next to the church.
What's the book?
I don't know. I can't read. But I heard it's something about potions and...
Ooh.
Alchemy?
That's it!
I know, it's a little... Especially when there's someone standing